There are more than 2,500 varieties of this fruit grown in North America. I'm talking about the delicious apple. And here to give us a masterclass on fall's favorite fruit is food expert Mary Berg.
Hello.
Mary, hello.
How are you?
Oh, I'm great. We've been talking about the type of apple that we like says a lot about who we are.
I think it does.
Yeah.
I guess I'm very sour because I like a Granny Smith.
And I'm red delicious because I'm a show-off.
I
don't know. I'm all show.
I genuinely didn't think, like, I was never really into apple, like Granny, or into Red Delicious. I've had one good Red Delicious in my life, so maybe I'm just buying them at the wrong spot.
You're just buying them in the wrong spot,
Yeah.
but so you've got different apples for different types of food, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's get going.
Because that's the thing, there's so many different varieties, but they kind of highlight and do better in different places. So the first one we're going to start off with is my favorite, the classic Granny Smith.
It's fantastic. It's a tart.
It's tart.
It's a tart apple.
It's good out of hand.
Yeah.
It's crispy. It's so good. A lot of people like baking with them, but personally, I find them a little bit too tart, so you have to put a lot more sugar in your baked goods.
Okay.
So if I do bake with it, I mix it with something like Macintosh or something, just to kind of bring that sweetness in.
Sure.
But what we're doing today is we're going to do a raw slaw.
A raw slaw.
Raw slaw.
All right.
Yeah.
So how can I help?
Okay, so here we've got some apple cider vinegar.
Oh,
to that, would you add about a tablespoon of sugar?
So we're taking like that.
You can do, you devil may care. That's perfect.
There we go. Okay.
Then these are celery seeds. So just add maybe a couple pinches of those.
Okay.
Salt and pepper, and then give it a whisk.
Okay.
And in this bowl, I've got just some red cabbage and some celery and celery leaves. And celery leaves are one of my favorite things. They go so well with apples.
A lot of people would just
throw them out.
Throw them out?
Don't do it.
Okay.
It's so good. It's kind of like a Waldorfy salad because like celery, apple, chicken.
Sure.
You can add chicken to this.
Okay,
It'd be
so
so
here we go. I
good.
got this ready for you.
Perfect. And just dump her on.
That's as simple as that.
This is like one of the easy ones. This is, I'm not putting you to too much work here, Ben.
Okay, I want to try this.
Okay, so usually I'd let it sit a little bit to marinate.
The flavors have to marinate.
Exactly.
Okay.
Give it a little taste. See if we can get some apple.
Okay.
There we go. Oh, it's gonna be a slippery slope. Vinegary. We're going tart on this one.
Like that.
Okay, good, perfect. It's really good also on like a taco. If you did that with like a fish taco.
You're right.
So good. So speaking of savory and cooked things, now we're moving on to my husband's favorite apple.
And this smells so good.
Onions are amazing. My house like always smells like onions, which sounds weird, but it's delicious.
All right, so what are we making here?
So here we're making kind of my take on like pork chops and applesauce.
Okay.
So we're using the Gala apple because Gala's nice and sweet.
It is sweet.
It's got a good texture. It cooks down nicely, but it goes really well with savory food.
Sure.
Yeah, because it's not too sweet, not too tart.
Gala. Okay,
Gala.
So that's the name. Okay.
So here, they also come in Royal Gala, different ones. So here we've got some onions. We're gonna add to that just some.
And some of them have gotten pretty brown in there. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
No, that's what we want. We're gonna add in some apples, and then because it's nice and brown in there, I'm gonna season with a bit of salt and pepper.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna deglaze with a little bit of hard apple cider.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, super good. Like apple central.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's great.
But it's super good because, and while I'm doing this, actually, this is some smooth Dijon mustard, grainy Dijon, sage, thyme, and a little bit of cinnamon.
There's a pork tenderloin?
Pork tenderloin been seared off. It's not cooked all the way. Just smush it on there.
Okay, so this is not just, you put some other stuff in this mustard.
Some other stuff, exactly. Just to give it a bit, and that little bit of cinnamon makes it taste warm and like good for weather that's a little bit colder than it is right now.
Then you put this back in the oven.
Yeah, then we pop it on here, and then we just roast this whole thing in the oven.
Okay.
Just like this.
Wow.
It's perfect. It's so good. And like those Galas taste kind of like apple juice. Like that's what I think tastes like apple juice. And then we get left with this beautiful thing.
I've already picked the piece that I am going to eat.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, this is the one right here. That's the one.
That's a good one. I think you got to go two first. You got to do that and then an apple. Oh, that was a good bite. And then see how the apples get nice and creamy? I'm going to keep talking. We're going to move on. Right?
That's really good.
Isn't it good?
Oh, yeah.
I know. It's super tasty and really easy. Like, that's it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Okay. All right. Now we got to do dessert
time.
while you're chewing. So here, I'm going to do a classic baked apple. And for this, I'm going with the Macintosh, which I think doesn't get its time to shine anymore. I think people don't like it. It's so good. You can buy it.
Do the people think it's too old-fashioned?
Yeah, I think so. But it looks like the apple from like Snow White.
Okay.
It's all I want. Maybe that says something about me.
Okay.
But basically what we want to do is we want to use a melon baller.
Okay.
And kind of start to get in there. And we want to take the core out kind of like this and make a bit of a well in the middle.
Well, because back when we were kids and we would make this at home, we would core the whole thing.
Yeah, see, and you can do that, but it makes it so all of that delicious stuff we're going to put in there fall out the bottom. It also makes it so the apple doesn't maintain its shape. So I've got all that out. Then all I'm going to do...
Smart, Mary Berg.
So smart. We've got a little bit of butter on some oats with some sugar.
Yes.
We bake that off. Got this. And then we got some ice cream.
Look at what kind of ice cream is this?
This is apple rum ice cream because, Ben, we're not messing around here.
Here we go. All
I'm just
right,
gonna use
I'm going to
mine.
get some of this right here. I grab it all. I'm gonna get some of that.
Oh yeah. See, it's kind of like an applesauce.
More apple.
This, in my mind, is like breakfast for dessert.
Right,
it's healthy. You could eat it for breakfast. Pretty good?
That's really good.
Yeah, you got a little bit of ice cream on your lip.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you as always.
Thank you.
As always, you can find these recipes on our website, yourmorning.ca.